Alright, so we're back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII. We're talking Rebirth. We're talking release date. Did the Rebirth release date leak? Kind of again, because we've done something like this before. The answer is probably not, but maybe close. So this was going around the old Twitter sphere last night, that if you look up the Rebirth release date on Google, it pops up March 15th, 2024. And that's kind of it, right? That's all it is. I don't even know how... Somebody was just Googling this, I guess, and came across this. I don't know how this was even found. We don't really have a source for this other than maybe the Wikipedia page for Rebirth. Shout out to Delta on Twitter, but apparently somebody edited the Rebirth Wikipedia page like 6 o'clock or so last night and changed the date on it. And maybe that's why this is starting to pop up on Google if you look up the release date for Rebirth. Even as of right now, if you look it up, it's still on the Wikipedia page as March 15th, 2024. Yeah, it's somebody editing the Wikipedia page, which obviously like anybody can do. I don't think that it necessarily makes it any more or less real, just because we don't know who's the person doing this. Like, it could be an insider that did it, right? Just the community talking. Or it could just be somebody who's fucking bored and just wanted to, like, get the community riled up for no reason, right? Like, we just have no idea who did this or why they did it. Now, the likely of the two scenarios is obviously that some random person was just doing that to fuck with the community. Some people were saying the date makes a bit of sense because it's, like, the end of the winter season. Obviously, we have a kind of, winter release window and now early 2024 release window. But it's not really the end of the winter season, because the winter season, if we're looking at the actual dates of the season itself, ends on March 19th. I mean, it's close, but it's not the actual end. Some people are saying it makes sense because it's a placeholder date, but I have never in my life seen a placeholder date in the middle of a month. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, placeholder dates are either the end of the year, like December 31st, or the end of the month, which in this case would be March 31st. And that's what we've actually seen some websites have the release windows for Rebirth or whatever is like March 31st, 2024. And really, since we're talking about the actual like winter season and dates and stuff like that, none of that shit actually matters. Like, we talk about it a lot, but it's kind of irrelevant because when it came to like Crisis Core Reunion, we initially had a this winter release window, right? And the winter season in 2022 started on December 21st. Crisis Core Reunion came out December 13th, more than a week before the actual winter season itself started. So like this winter and all that other shit and next winter has never really mattered in terms of actually talking about the seasons. Come back to this leaked release date. I don't know about the specific date itself, March 15th, but I do think March makes a lot of sense because as more time goes on, and we've yet to have another trailer, right? And they're not marketing the game, they're not talking about the game. Like, I just feel like a later and later release date makes a lot of sense because if we're not going to get a trailer to like Tokyo Game Show, which is still like almost a month away, a little less than a month away, like I just feel like the marketing cycle is going to last a decent amount of time. So I think March just makes a lot of sense. Now I think January can only make sense if that other leaked release date of January 31st actually happens, because obviously that's an anniversary date for the original FF7. So that can work if they want to drop it on that specific date. But besides hitting that anniversary, I just don't see it coming out in January or February. So March just makes the most sense. And really, as we've also talked about in the past, maybe April's kind of on the table. It just depends on what Square Enix themselves consider early 2024, and that could be anything, right? 4 months is still kind of early. I mean, it's a third of the year, but it's still somewhat early. Plus, like April... If Rebirth were to come out in April, would push it into the next fiscal year to ensure that that next fiscal year is successful, which is something we've already seen with the Remake project, right? It's something that happened with Remake. Remake's initial release date of March 3rd, 2020, and it got delayed to April 10th, which pushed it in the next fiscal year, and it was delayed for polish, as they said back then. So who knows, right? So I think March or April, both are like very, very safe guesses. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer here because there's not a whole lot we can add to this. It's just fucking Google saying March 15th or whatever. But the only reason we look at stuff like this is sometimes it matters. Sometimes these random websites and things that have release dates, it adds up and is actually legit. And we've actually seen it with FF7 before with Crisis Core Reunion. There was like one random website, I don't remember, I'd have to go back and watch my video. There's some website that had December 13th for the release date for Crisis Core Reunion. That was before we had an actual release date, right? We were still on the this winter thing. And that ended up being true. I don't know why or how they had the actual release date or why they posted it, whatever the fuck, but it ended up being true. So sometimes this shit matters. Now, does that mean the March 15th is the release date for Rebirth? I mean, who knows? It's a Friday, so it's a safe guess, it's a safe bet. Maybe that's why the person chose it. You could pick any Friday or like Saturday or like any of the common days of the week that games are released, and you might get it right? March 15th could end up being like the actual release date, but it's not like this person had inside information. They just took like a bold guess and it ended up being right. So who knows, right? It's a Friday. It could happen. Let's pass off to you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is legit? Do you think March 15th is a good guess? Or the month of March in general, is that a good guess? When are you expecting Rebirth to come out? Are we ever going to get a trailer? Is this game real? Fuck. Anyways, that is indeed the video, my dude. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @YT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought. now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Logain, or leave it like Cobain.